Hey guys, welcome back to another camp. Just 2 days after coming back from the beach camp at Assateague Island. Yeah, I have to tell you, there's nothing like camping in the woods. I got back from that beach camp and my social battery was completely dead. So with tomorrow being Juneteenth, I decided, hey, why not take advantage of coming back out doing another camp, see if I can get recharged again. If anybody knows out there who is an introvert, you understand that we can't do peopling too long. We can do people in small batches. And not that I don't love being around people, but I get drained pretty quickly. So I'm just like, let me pack up my stuff, come out here, do a car camp, a quick turnaround, and just be amongst the trees, get some of that good oxygen in, wake up listening to the birds, the crickets. But again, the beach camp was great. It was amazing. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people. So this solo camp is well needed. So I am just going to kick back and relax. I brought something to eat. I'm not going to be cooking. Well, that's typical. I'm just going to light the fire, warm our food up on the fire pit. It's really muggy. It's really humid today, but I think I got everything covered. Wanted to do something simple, so I just pulled out a quilt that was white, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go with white today. So nothing fancy, but here's the setup. I'll show you guys what it's looking like. But yeah, this car camp is well needed. The park looks pretty empty, but when I went out and booked my reservations, it looked like there was going to be a lot of people out because the sites that I wanted, which are right across from me, were already booked. So maybe people are coming a little later. I am near Quantico Marine Base, so the Marines have off. They have a 96, what they call a 96. So they have like a 4-day weekend. So I imagine a lot of people will be coming out later on today. So if not, it's going to be a very peaceful, quiet camp. Because if not, then, kids are out of school, so they may be coming out too. But we'll see. I'm just going to kick back, relax. I brought my coloring book. I'm going to do some coloring, which I didn't get to color out there at the beach, but that's something that I really wanted to do. And again, just kick back and relax. So let me show you guys my car camp setup. So I have a car tent that I brought out with me that a company by the name of Joe Tudis sent over to me probably a couple of months ago. I had an opportunity to try to put it up, but it didn't work out. So I had to go back to the company to let them know I was having issues. They did give me some suggestions, so I'm going to try to put this car tent up again. I don't believe it's going to work out because I believe my truck is oddly wide. The hatchback or the back of the truck is really wide, even though it's kind of like a mid-sized truck. And the crazy thing is, I was driving into work today and I seen another one that was on the highway in front of me. I seen some other SUVs around the same size, like a Toyota something, and another one. And I realized how wide the back of this truck is. So I'm not sure if the tent is going to fit. I just don't think it is built to fit this type of or this size of vehicle. Excuse me. Probably more of a smaller SUV. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see. But the good thing about this tent is one, it's an air tent. Two, you don't have to use it as a car tent. You can use it as a standalone. So you can actually set it up without attaching it to your car. So if nothing else, I will be using this tent as a standalone tent. So we're gonna see how it goes. It's getting a little humid and the bugs are out here. So let me go ahead and get this set up and try to get cooled down. So whew, let's see how it works, guys. Okay, so the tent has two air valve locations. This is one, and then the other one is on this side. So you definitely have to ensure that they're all closed before you start pumping, of course. No brainer. Okay, I had to come in with the voiceover because my microphone was acting up. But yeah, this is a single valve that expands the air to all the tubes of the tent. And the tent comes with a manual pump, but I'm going to be using an air pump to pump it up. So this should be the end that attaches to the car. Let's see if this works. Okay, this thing got me all confused. I am a little confused because there should be a skirt that goes up underneath here. And I don't see the skirt. So yeah, based on the video that I saw on Amazon, the video that they created, there should be a skirt that goes up under here, and I don't see it. And so this was my issue, or what I was trying to explain to them, that it wasn't working out. But we're gonna try to see if we can get it together. it's not working out. Let me keep working at it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, really, it's not supposed to be this difficult, but it's just not working out the way that I thought it would. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all inside to show you and gratuitous what I'm struggling with. Um, okay, so this right here, I'm a little confused about this whole contraption. Let's see. All right, so this right here, I really don't understand. Okay, let me try to open up my hood and see what happens. Whoa. Okay, so my hood actually lifts the tent up. Okay, so that is not going to work. All right, so what is happening here is that when I lifted the hood, that's my hood, it actually lifted the air beams off the ground. So the air beams are not on the ground. And this is what I'm saying. I believe my truck is a little bit too big for this. Like it is struggling. All right, so this is what we're looking like. This would be perfect for a small SUV, something that's a little narrow, not as wide. This truck is just too wide. Um, we're going to try to make it work. If nothing else, we'll use it as a standalone tent, but I really love it. I have got to get this right. I have got to get it right because this could be so cute. Okay, I'm going to keep plugging away at it, see if I can get it right. But as you can see right here, it is lifting. It is lifting off of the ground. So I'm going to have to bring my tailgate down some. Yeah. This is the issue. I really think it's a great tent. I think Joe Tudis needs to go back to the drawing board. I think they need to make the tent a little taller, a little wider. At least the extension needs to be a little wider, and where it can be cinched for smaller vehicles. So it needs to be big enough for mid to large size SUVs, and then maybe like a drawstring to cinch it for smaller SUVs. But I think it's super cute. It really is. So I'm going to keep plugging away at it. Yeah, let me see if I can make some adjustment. It could be user error. It really could. We'll see. Okay, yeah, I think I got it up. I'm not 100% sure if it's right, but it seems right. And I see where Jortudas, when they gave me that suggestion to reduce the area between my car and the tent. So I think I had the tent initially the first time that I set it up too far away from the car. I thought there was a skirt that's supposed to go up under the rear of the car, but it doesn't. I think when you bring the tent closer to the car, it closes that gap between, let me see if I can show you. It closes the gap between the bumper and the tent. So there's no skirt that goes around it. Um, let's see if I can get a better view. So there's no skirt that goes around it. It's just the tent is flush against the bumper. The only thing that I have a concern with is that my hood cannot go all the way up, but that's not a big deal. I just would like for it to be up where I don't have to bend down, but it's okay. It makes it a little bit more cozy. Now, it does have a mesh screen that zips up, but I have to work around that to get it to close up where there's nothing that can come inside of it. I do have some magnets, and I want to show you guys these magnets. They are fantastic to have in your arsenal as a camper because you can, for instance, if there was a strong wind and you was concerned about the skirt that covers your car, you can actually put these magnets around. They are so incredibly strong that they will tear your finger up. So I am going to reinforce this, even though I don't think it's going anywhere because I got that on pretty good. It looks a little slouchy, yes, but for the most part, it's on here. So I'm going to reinforce it with those magnets, and I'll show you guys the magnets in a few. Um, I love it. I think Jortudas can make some slight modifications to make it a better fit for mid-size, large-size SUVs that have a wider body, but something like a Toyota something something RAV4 Element KC, honey, this will fit your Element, Mrs. Eartha Kitt, very well. So if you're watching this video, check this out. I think this would be a perfect match for Eartha Kitt. So Casey is one of the young ladies of the trio from Georgia that drove up to Goon Bay that I met, and we all connected so very well. I am enamored by these three young ladies, and I hope to connect with you guys soon. But anyways, Casey, Catherine, this will probably fit your car very well. Super cute. Just gives you that additional living space when you don't want to be cramped up in your car. Because like tonight, it is super muggy, super humid. So I'm going to sit out here up under the canopy. I'm going to light the fire and chill out. But yeah, Jotudas, I love the tent. I recommend this tent for any SUV camper. do need to make some slight modifications so that the mesh net does zip some kind of way where you don't have to manipulate it. Um, and I would love it in a different color. I like blue, but I would love it in like a smoky gray, a sage. What other colors, guys? A pure white, a black. Oh my God, honey, send me a black one. Jortutus, create a black one, all black. So for those of you that don't know, I love black tents. I think they're so majestic. But yeah, this is the tent. This is the car tent. If you're a car camper, SUV camper, I highly recommend this, even though I had some issues. But I'm going to close this part so you guys can see how it looks with it closed. So it has a nice little mesh net door. All right. Now you guys have a complete idea of how this uh, tent looks. I like it. I like it. I love it. Yeah, so I'm gonna kick back and relax for a little bit. My work is done. I figured it out. Joy Tutors, thank you. Thank you for the sponsorship. All right, guys, I'll be back. Let me start my fire. All right, guys, so here are the magnets that I was referring to. These bad boys are super strong, and you have to be very careful when dealing with these things because they will tear your finger off. But they are ooh, super strong. You can get these, of course, on Amazon. You'll probably pay about $20 for 10, but if you go to Harbor Freight, they come two in a pack for 99 cents. So go over to Harbor Freight and get you some. These things come in handy when you need to hang something, uh, put something together, whatever. They come in handy. Trust and believe that. And you can ask my camp buddy, Rick. Rick, he's invested in some. Andrea, we've helped her out to kind of like winterize her tent. I've used them to cover up the mesh on the top of my tent to hold in the air. So what I did is keep the air out. What I did is I put a blanket on top of the roof, and then put the magnets on to hold it so that it doesn't fly away. And let me tell you, it was during maybe the winter, fall into winter time when I did this, and it worked out perfectly. I was able to maintain the heat that was inside the tent. But yeah, go to Harbor Freight, get you some of these. They definitely come in handy for numerous of things. So I'm going to go ahead and just reinforce this onto my car. I think I'm okay. There's no wind, but I just want to, secure it just a little bit better so bugs don't get in. I'm going to set it on top of the roof. So if there's any gap, we don't have any bugs coming in because I am going to sleep with my trunk open and then I'm going to close up the tent. So yeah, I love the setup. I really love the setup. It is quiet. It's a couple of people out here so far, but for the most part, guys, peaceful. You could just hear the birds chirping. I love it. I love it. I feel good. I feel really good. Again, the beach camp was awesome. That's if you want to have some fun. But if you want to relax and just soak in nature, this is it. This is one of my favorite campgrounds locally. This is Oak Ridge Campground. It's right outside of Quantico Marine Base. But yeah, listen to the birds. Okay, secret. Site 17, if you come out to Oak Ridge, get site 17. This is where you park, but it's a walk back. And you get so much privacy. I was trying to get this one, but it was booked. But nobody's out here yet. Oh, I wanted to get this one. It's pretty nice. It's pretty spacious. That's the road. That's where I just came from. But yeah, this is a very nice site. All these sites are primitive. There's no electric. They do have a bathhouse, but it doesn't have a shower. As a matter of fact, I think the ones in Loop A may have showers, but the ones further back in Loop B and C do not have showers, just a bathroom with toilet stalls. And you can wash your hands. Okay, now here's the site that I typically get when I come out, and I love this site too. I love it. This is site number 16, I believe. Yep, site 16. So if you come out to Oak Ridge, 16 and 17 are very good sites. I've also had site 15, I believe, and that one was nice. That's a walk back. So this is my usual site. I love it. Okay, and then over here, this is site 15. This is where you park right here, and then you have a walk back. So if you guys refer back to the camp where I had that house, that cabin looking tent, house looking tent, that is the site that I was on. I'm going to show you right quick. So 15, 16, 17, 18 is not that bad, but this is where you park at on 15. Site number 15, your parking space, and then you have a walk back. And I tell you, all these are booked, but nobody's here yet. And it has to be about 7 o'clock. So unless people are coming later during the night, yeah. This is where I had the leaf blower, and I blew all those leaves and opened up the space. So this is, if you've watched my videos, this is the site where I did that at. So this is really nice. I love this site. And there are a couple of more that I recommend that are like further off the road. Nice little wooded, very heavily dense wooded campground if you are looking for that kind of camping. Very peaceful. And that's my site over there. I should have bought my scooter. Yeah, I should have bought my scooter, but I didn't want to bring a lot of stuff. I still feel like I brought a lot of stuff, but it's only an overnight camp. Ooh, sound like a tree just fell. But yeah, it's just an overnight camp. Maybe on some longer camps is when I bring out the scooter. Gives me more time to get out. Yeah, it sounds like a tree just fell. Wow. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good to be around trees. Ooh, I needed that. It's hot. That was a lot of work. So what I have in here are some reusable ice cubes that I got off of Amazon. Makes it look a little festive. The Celsius hits the spot every time. Oh, so good. Don't forget to squeeze your lemon juice in it. It gives it a totally different taste. I was too anxious to drink it to do that, so still good. Yeah, so these are the reusable ice cubes. And I just stuck a few in the bag, stuck it in my cooler, brought it out. Yeah, so a few people I believe are out here. I've seen a couple of cars go by, so I guess folks are starting to come out. Whew. And this is camping. This is camping. Did I need to bring out my thermocell. Let me go get my thermocell because these bugs are not going to eat me alive tonight like they did out at the beach. Let me go get my thermocell. And I also got this little Ryobi. I think a lot of people are turned on to this Ryobi. I know my camp buddy Rick, he turned me on to this. I got the small one. I think he got the big one. I've seen a couple of other people out at the beach that had the bigger ones. But this, ooh, that feels good. Uh, to me, in my opinion, the battery doesn't last as long. Rick was telling me that his lasts like for 2 days out at the beach. And this is the one that you can clamp on to anything. Let's see, can I clamp it on here? Yeah, you can clamp it on to anything. Okay. But we're gonna set it on the top of this battery here. Oh, that feels good. That feels so good. Okay, so I got my thermocell. Let's light this bad boy up. Is there anything in here? Let's put a new one on. There we go. Right. All right. I think we're good. I'm cooling off. The air feels super good. So I was looking to see if this tent had a e-port where you can run your electrical cords through, and I didn't see any. So Jortudas, if you guys ever upgrade, you should add an e-port. But let me go double check before I run my mouth. Let me go see. Okay, yeah, I did not see a e-port, so that would be a nice upgrade to this tent. Oh, I see a spider. Maybe, let's see. We do have a hook in the middle, and there's a hook. Let's see if I can show you guys. There is a hook here where that light, there's a hook here where this light is, a hook in the middle where that fan is hooked up at. So there's two hooks in here to hang stuff. There is a storage pouch. So you get a pretty decent sized storage pouch. And let me show that to you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't do a good job of showing you all the features in here. Okay, so there is a hook here, and then there is another hook here. Oh, actually, there's another hook right there, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you could hang something there. That's not really a hook, but you could use that to hang something. All right, here's the storage pouch. And I got my fire blanket just in case, because we do have a citronella candle going. Uh, oh, okay. I think my fan just went out, but here's the storage pouch. Got to make sure you have these on deck. But yeah, I didn't see an E-port, but what you could do is, I mean, you can have a cord coming through here if you want it, and probably have a cord, zip it to here. So if I zip it, here and then just leave a little crack here, you can have cords coming through here. So you can finagle anything, any of these tents. You can manipulate them, but it'd be nice if these brands really think about what campers want in a tent. And I don't see why it's too hard to have a e-port made into the tent. Oh, here's another storage pouch. So there's two. And I usually, in my tents, I tear these tags off, so I need to cut this out. But yeah, so you got two storage pouches. And then here's what I meant by the mesh net that goes to the hood. So I can zip it up, but I can't zip it around. So I'm going to have to take the magnets. So that is as far as it's going to go. But that works. That works. What I'm going to do is probably take the magnets and hook it. But there's nothing coming in there. So that is the only thing. We just got to figure out a way. Jortudis has to figure out a way where this kind of encloses. But it's not an issue. It's not an issue. I'm going to fix it where I'm closing the gap a lot better than that. But that, if you guys can see that, that is kind of like what I was talking about earlier. So I can actually sleep with the trunk or the hood open, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to close the curtain. So the windows and doors do have curtains. The awning is the actual curtain or the door. So I'm going to bring that down tonight, and then I'll close. I can actually leave the awning up for this one, and then you have the curtain here. So Jortudis, instead of having users having to take down both awnings, you need to do the same thing that you did here. Have a curtain inside, put it on this door so that we can keep all the awnings up. Okay, that makes total sense, right? There's no reason why I have to take an awning down to enclose the tent. It needs to be a curtain right here. Yeah, needs to be a curtain so I can keep the awning up just like we have it here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want no issues. Right. All right, you too. So, we have a bit of a situation. The camp host, they just stopped by. I actually have my car parked on the ground, and you're supposed to have it parked on the pavement. So, I don't have to take the tent down, but I'm gonna have to put my car on the pavement. So now I got to figure out how to move this around because I really wanted to sleep with my hood up, which I can still do. Okay. Yeah, so I have to move my car, put it on the pavement. I'm going to have to reposition this. Hopefully I can do it, but it's going to be kind of awkward because I really wanted I had it set up perfect where I'm sitting directly looking at the fire, so I need to go ahead and get that done because it's getting dark. See, I kind of knew it, but I didn't think anybody was going to come by here and check because when I got here, the um the ranger station where you first come into the park, nobody was in the booth. I went to the visitor center. It was closed. So I didn't think anybody would come by and check. But the camp host, they're walking around. And now I'm gonna have to move it so I can bring my car all the way back to where the tires are touching the little bumper thing, the concrete bumper thing. But my tent is gonna be set facing that way. Okay, I gotta get this moving. Dang it. All right, y'all. I had to reposition the tent and my car. I had to move my car onto, like I said before, the pavement. So it didn't take too long to get everything set back up. I didn't have to tear down the tent. I just had to take up the stakes and move it over to the back of the truck. So everything is set up now. What I didn't do is, let's see, I did set up the awning here because I can leave that up and just close the curtain. But I didn't set the side one up because, I'm going to be turning in soon anyways, and that needs to be closed. So what I did is I just rolled it up for now just to allow for some circulation to go through. But yeah, so we are more on in the leaves as opposed to like cleared out ground. But it's okay. It's okay. Follow the rules, follow the park rules. So you don't have to be woken up in the middle of the night and asked to leave because you didn't obey the laws or the rules. So we are good now. Probably should have did this in the first place, but I was trying to get on more clear ground. I didn't want to be in the leaves. But I did bring my blower and I blew the leaves back a little bit. So we are good to go now. And I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I think my food should be ready, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that. Oh, but yeah, still not too bad. I like it. I like it a lot. So the only other thing I need to do is just put the magnets back on to seal it. Uh, Even though it's good, it really doesn't need it. Oh, look at the lighting. Yes, honey, yes. All right. Let me do that, and then I'm gonna eat my dinner, and then just get back and relax. I bring a trash bag. I don't believe I did. Okay. It's okay. All right, good morning, y'all. Happy Juneteenth. So I'm just having some tea this morning. I got this cup from Target in the little dollar section. It's all good in the woods. Absolutely. All right, guys, I am about to tear down the car tent. But before I do, I wanted to give my last thoughts on the tent after sleeping in it or using it overnight. I definitely would recommend this tent. It's an air tent, so it's easy to set up. But I think Jortutus needs to go back to the drawing board and make just some slight modifications to the extension portion so that it does fit mid-size, full-size SUVs, wider body, tailgates. I had some concerns with the mesh screen that goes around the tailgate portion. That really didn't fit. I couldn't zip it all the way around, but it worked. It worked. So I think it's absolutely a wonderful tent. I would love to see it in a different color or various colors. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I'm going to be using this a lot when I go car camping, unless I get another one from Joy Tutors in a different color. But yes, guys. So one thing that I didn't mention earlier is that the tent has these little side wings, which are probably used to help, in windy conditions. So if you're sitting up under the awning, it blocks the wind. So yeah. Other than that, it's a great tent. I love it. I recommend it.